just a quick look at what we do. We have a pan-India presence, and we are in all of these cities. We're in 12 cities actually. This will tell you where we are. And we are operating about 13,000 beds across the country in student housing, and a little bit of it in housing for working professionals as well. That's just a quick overview. For Ivy League House, these are some ways in which we actually partner with universities. I don't want to dwell too much on this, but we'll just take a few seconds, and I'll be happy to speak to anyone who want to know more about what I've put up here. We lease and operate student housing. We buy and operate. This could be on campus, off campus, both of these. We build, operate, and transfer. This is also for on campus. We also offer vanilla management services. But again, I'd like to stress, there are a lot of facility managers who do a really good job of looking after your infrastructure. But the thing is, the differentiator for student housing is that we also need the operator to manage students and communities. So that's where you have someone like us who can step in and help you do that. We also do JDs and JV partnerships for student housing exclusively. These are some of our spaces. So I'd like to say, that student housing, this is what we call a living and learning community. That's where you have classrooms. You also have the living, which is within that campus. We are looking at designing for productive collision. That's something that we've started talking about quite a lot, productive collision. We had a lot of discussion about using phones, AI, and all of that. We all know that people are withdrawing into the individual rather than engaging with the community. But at young people, if you can give them that space to collaborate, to mingle, and give them that little bit of a push, that's when you can have community building, right? So we have to design spaces for productive collisions among the community. These are the social anchors that we can give them, where they can have spaces for engaging with each other, for collaborating, just for hanging out, having fun, and all of that. Why do universities choose Ivy League House? So universities are doing a really good job with their architecture. Nowadays we have universities who can actually brag about who designed the campus. So, and even the older universities are revamping, growing, trying to make it a more global appeal, okay? We all know that, architecture is a public tool. It's a mental health tool actually now, because the more you have in the space that's been designed thoughtfully, you have a better feel in that space. But why are universities going and looking at somebody like a housing partner like Ivy League House? One is for asset monetization. We also have operational expertise. We have infrastructure upgrades that Ivy League House will do for you. And you also get the admission advantage when your student housing is top-notch, and you have 2 universities which are at par academically, but the student has to make a choice as to why this and why not that. It boils down to the kind of housing and accommodation that you're going to be providing. These are some of our partner institutes who have engaged with us, who are currently engaged with us. Just give you a moment to look at that. We manage We own some of these, like the AMTZ, and we have NSHM. We own and operate these campuses. We also have operations management that we provide for Ahmedabad University, CEPT, and some of the others. These are some of the universities where students have chosen us to be their choice of residence. We are not necessarily in tie-up with these universities, but we cater to their students on a retail basis. There are many more, we just couldn't fit it into the slide. So the classroom provides the map, but the third space, which is really the housing, it provides the journey. We don't just house the students, we're hosting the future.